In May 2024, NATO's Baltic Rapid Response Simulation failed before it started. There was no cyber attack, no missiles, no intelligence breach. But 3 critical logistics hubs rerouted their own flow. A civilian energy grid shifted away from the defense corridor, and shipping insurance costs spiked just enough to freeze deployment. No one gave an order. No one took the blame. Germany never deployed a soldier, but the battle space moved. Germany is no longer building weapons. They are building irreversible war logic. And the United States? It is not just behind. It has been locked out. That is not a metaphor. Buried in fragmented defense budgets, leaked NATO memos, and procurement trails without platforms, analysts found one signal repeating. Germany is not modernizing for war. They are replacing the operating system that runs it. And the architecture behind it has a name. Kern. Not a platform, not a weapon. A closed-loop sovereign decision environment that ingests reality, simulates escalation, and acts faster than any human-led structure can respond. The United States still briefs command structures. Germany now simulates and replaces them in real time. Since 2022, American doctrine has chased coalition interoperability, shared APIs, joint standards, and cloud fusion. The focus was on coalition interoperability. Germany went the other way. No foreign cloud, no NATO override hooks, no dependency on US sensor fusion. This is sealed strategic sovereignty, designed to function even if NATO data links are severed. A European defense official called it the most polite decoupling in modern history. Here is how this affects you. If you are a US defense contractor, this breaks your operating model. This is because Germany is no longer plugging into coalition doctrine. They are replacing it. Kern isn't one machine. It's a multi-domain execution stack. Let's break it down. Space assets, ground radar, civilian infrastructure telemetry, rail schedules, financial flows, acoustic arrays, repurposed industrial, AI engines, modeling force movement, economic ripple effects, social unrest in real time. This is not about autonomous weapons. It's about shortening the OODA loop so aggressively. Adversaries are reacting to outcomes Germany has already moved past. That quote came from a former NATO systems architect who spoke off-record. Because this entire system is designed to be invisible, this is the command shift no one saw coming. While Washington is still optimizing for platforms and presence, Berlin is optimizing for irreversibility. Germany just took strategic control of decision latency. That is the real battlefield now. Not tanks, not missiles, but the speed at which you can move from data to action before your opponent even realizes what changed. You are not watching a rearmament. You are watching a doctrine collapse. Germany did not build a better weapon. They built a system that makes force unnecessary. In late 2023, a memo surfaced inside NATO's cyber planning group. Not a press release, not a public strategy. Create a unified sovereign decision environment where physical, cyber, electromagnetic, and cognitive battle spaces converge into a single executable reality. That's not warfighting. That's reality control. And yet, the United States response? Muted, confused, uncoordinated. Because what Germany is building was never meant to be seen. This is where the threat changes form. It's not a general. It's not a politician. It's a black box, AI-powered execution stack with no requirement for human authorization. Even senior Bundeswehr officers only see outputs, never the full logic behind it. Control without explainability. One NATO analyst warned, and no one's been able to audit it. Here is the chilling part. Kern is just the visible layer. What sits beneath it has no public name, and it doesn't fire weapons. It decides what counts as reality before weapons are ever authorized. Germany isn't shaping the war, they're shaping reality. Kern is the shell. It's the part that is briefable, parliament safe, sanitary. But what lives beneath it? It has no public name. In early 2024, a redacted document surfaced. No seal, no letterhead, just a routing stamp used only for continuity of government planning. Its subject line was pre-conflict reality control environments. This was not cyber warfare. This was not information operations. This was reality engineering. Let us break that down. If you are a retired military commander, this flips your doctrine upside down. You were trained to fight after an incursion. Germany is designing conditions where the war ends before you even recognize it started. What is buried beneath Kern is a system built around one core idea: work realm, not territory, not airspace, not cyberspace, the influenceable layer of reality. It is built on three interconnected domains: cognitive modeling, economic telemetry, infrastructure fragility, mapping, and it works like this. Rail schedules plus port congestion predict mobilization friction, energy load shifts plus political volatility, simulate regional pushback, insurance data plus service cancellation signal, civilian trust collapse, not surveillance for repression. This is surveillance for prediction and then action. In a 2023 Baltic escalation simulation, here is what happened. No tanks moved, no jets launched, no cyber attacks triggered. Instead, Germany's system quietly adjusted insurance risk models, shipping routes, and energy confidence scores. The result: commercial shipping rerouted itself, energy markets self-corrected, civilian infrastructure slowed organically. No visible conflict, just pressure. A NATO observer wrote in the after-action report, "This did not feel like deterrence. It felt like pre-aligned inevitability." This is Cold War 2.0, but this time, there are no missiles, only outcomes. The US still debates ethical AI frameworks. Germany is already running simulations where decisions are pre-authorized by system logic. While America optimized for consensus, Germany optimized for execution. The system doesn't need orders, it only needs inputs. Something happened during Kern's internal testing. When they began adding civilian data, including energy grids, shipping delays, and public sentiment, the system started making decisions faster than human planners could validate them. A Bundeswehr analyst coined the term Stille Cascade, the silent cascade. A system so fast, it outruns political oversight. Was it slowed? No, it was reclassified. And here is what scares US officials the most. They don't even know how to audit it. This is no longer a military threat, it's a systems threat. A faceless, non-negotiable architecture with no escalation signature. No troops, no broadcasts, no warning, just probabilistic dominance. The outcome appears, and you realize you've already lost optionality. Let us talk about you again. If you work in US cyber defense, this system breaks your timing loop. If you are a logistics analyst, this manipulates your entire forecasting model. Even more dangerous, it does not have to succeed perfectly. It just has to act before Washington finishes the meeting. The final fracture? In a 2024 NATO simulation, Germany refused to connect Kern's full decision stack to the joint exercise. Official reason: model contamination risk. Unofficial reason? Once you plug in coalition politics, the system slows down. Germany opted out. The simulation ran anyway. Germany outperformed every metric without sharing a single model. Once, America wrote the playbook. Now, Germany does not even send them the new rules. And that's not the end. Because buried under this sovereign execution layer is a darker system. One that is not designed to react. It is designed to control. What reality even means. In 2022, Germany began restructuring its entire national security command structure. No doctrine paper, no press release, just a quiet migration of authority, upward and inward. By 2024, defense, cyber, infrastructure, and strategic functions were not split between ministries anymore. They were fused inside classified coordination cells, reporting to one place, the Chancellery. Not the defense minister, the executive core of the German state. That is not a bureaucratic shuffle. That is a command philosophy change. Germany is transitioning from force command to outcome command. Read that again. Not issuing orders. Setting conditions where outcomes align automatically. If you are a Pentagon strategist, you are about to lose time, leverage, and visibility. While US generals ask for intelligence, Germany's system already modeled the outcome and nudged the terrain. While the US looks for consent, Germany moves before anyone realizes a vote was needed. That is not aggression. It is irreversibility. And once the system locks in, force becomes unnecessary. You have heard of command and control. Germany is now running something different. Command through system stewardship. Officers trained less like warriors and more like systems engineers. One retired Bundeswehr general said it plainly. We are training commanders to think like engineers, and engineers don't ask permission. That warning was ignored. Let us ground this in real-world outcomes. In one internal war game, Germany did not deploy a single brigade. No jets scrambled, no troops mobilized. And yet, the region stabilized. Why? Energy flows shifted preemptively. Market volatility triggered economic retreat. Infrastructure bottlenecks redirected troop logistics. Public sentiment softened via civilian system manipulation. No visible confrontation. No formal deterrence. Just one result. The adversary backed down. Not from fear, from lack of options. France saw what Germany was building. They did not object. They pulled out. Quietly. Poland was hedging its infrastructure strategy, privately voicing concern. But no one is confronting Germany directly. Why? Because there is nothing visible to confront. And here is where Germany makes its coldest strategic pivot yet. They are not just withholding platforms. They are exploring export controls on decision frameworks themselves. AI models, simulation engines, escalation, prediction logic. Those elements are classified not as software, but as sovereign assets. Not sellable, not negotiable. You integrate under German terms, or you do not integrate at all. This is not about weapon superiority. This is about owning the future's decision logic. If you have made it this far, here is what matters most. This system does not announce war. It does not launch a single strike. It does not raise a flag or demand allegiance. It just moves the environment. By the time the US convenes a summit, issues a warning, or aligns a vote, the outcomes are already locked in. Here is the timed trigger to sit with. By the time the Pentagon asks if Germany's system can be stopped, it may already be running in Eastern Europe. This is not warfare. This is firmware, wired into the flow of reality itself. Once America defined the world through platforms, coalitions, and military presence. Now, Germany does not need presence. They just need the conditions, and the system handles the rest. If you are watching this wondering when the world changed, it did not change. It was reprogrammed, quietly, systematically, irreversibly.